Hello, my name is Jim. Welcome to my booktube channel about books and reading and stuff. No one is ever going to read a book if they don't want to. I recently did the philosophy of reading tag, which I'll link to here. This was created by Brandon's Bookshelf, and it's got me thinking about the whole business of reading, and I want to revisit Daniel Pennac's Rights of the Reader. Daniel Pennac was a French educator who was concerned that a lot of children gave up reading because for them it became a chore rather than a pleasure. Reading should never be a chore. I don't look down on people who don't read, I just feel sorry for them because they're just missing out on so much.
Hello, my name is Eleni. In this video, 10 rules for reading.
Here are Daniel Pennac's 10 rights of the reader. The first is the right not to read. Right not to read. Second is the right to skip pages. If you've read Anna Karenina, you'll know there's lots of pages where Levan is talking about mowing and about agriculture, and it's quite boring, so you skip it and then you get to Anna, or you get to one of the other characters like Oblonsky, and then you can read again. You don't have to read every single page. Third is the right not to finish a book, to DNF a book. I'm in two minds whether I should DNF this book, Little Dorrit. The DNF here doesn't mean do not finish, it's do not forget in the story. But DNFing is a common practice by some booktubers. The problem is many of us when we're at school and when we're learning to read, we have this idea that we have to finish a book if we start it, and some people start a book and they get disinterested in it, but they won't pick up another book until they've finished a book they've started, so they end up not reading, which is quite sad. So if a book doesn't vibe with you, it's not necessarily a bad book, but put it down, read something else. There's plenty of great books out there. It's not a sin to DNF a book. 4. The right to reread a book, to read it again. I'm not a great rereader. I've been tagged by Nikki at Red Dots Reads to do the Deja Vu reread tag. This year the only book I've reread is this one, The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I don't think I got any more out of it the second time. It's a great book. I enjoyed it both times. It refreshed my memory of the book, and I read this because I wanted to read a sort of fan fiction sequel, The Pursued and the Pursuing by A.J. Odasso. I don't regret rereading it. There's some books that I read in my teens and my 20s I want to reread again because I really liked them at the time, but now I've forgotten most of the story. These would include books like East of Eden by John Steinbeck and Cat's Eye by Margaret Atwood. You can read anything. It doesn't have to be books. You can read comics, you can read Spider-Man. You can read the catalogue from the grocery store. As an adult you can read children's books or reread children's books. Even in extremis, if there's nothing else, you can read the cereal packet, Fiber Flakes, Volume 1. Number 6, the right to mistake a book for real life. So I was talking to this guy the other day, and he didn't understand a word I was saying. I was thinking, muggles! Right, number 7, the right to read anywhere.
Anywhere? Yes, anywhere. Anywhere?
Yes, anywhere.
Anywhere?
Yes, anywhere. Right number 8, the right to dip in You don't have to start at the beginning and go to the end. You can just dip in. Particularly with non-fiction, you can just find something that interests you. You can just dip in anywhere. Number 9, the right to read out loud. But our fish said, "No, no, make that cat go away. Tell that cat in the hat, you do not want to play. He should not be here, he should not be about. He should not be here when your mother is out." Right, number 10, the right to be quiet. When a child learns to read, deciphers the letters, puts them together, makes words, and then makes sentences and makes stories, there's this magic. But then in school the child is asked what they're reading, why they're reading, asked questions about what they're reading, and that destroys some of that magic. The right to be quiet is that we can read a book and then not say anything about it. Wouldn't have much of a booktube channel if I was doing that, but we shouldn't be expected to tell people about what we've read. It can be something private. Number 10, the right to be quiet.
What's it about? What's it about?
So those were Daniel Pennac's 10 rights of the reader. Time for reading is always time stolen from our busy lives. But if we make time for reading, we expand those lives. If you enjoyed this video, you can like and subscribe below, and I will see you on the next video. Goodbye. Now, where was I? Ah, yes, the dried fruits.